listening to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro, the place to learn about new technology and technological advances before they become mainstream. This podcast is sponsored by Ingram Micro's President's Club, where winners are made. All right, let's get into the show.
Welcome back to B2B Tech Talk. Today we are at Ingram Micro's U.S. Sales Kickoff in Buffalo, New York. My name is James Carbary, and I'm one of the producers of the show. I'm joined today by Craig Birmingham, Vice President and GM of Business and Consumer Solutions for Ingram Micro. Craig, how are you doing today?
Great. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. I'm excited to chat with you. So Craig, you had some really exciting news happened recently. You were recently inducted into the DealerScope 2020 Hall of Fame, and you started your career in an entry-level inside sales position. Can you talk to us about what's been the most critical keys to your success as you've continued to grow in your sales career?
Well, first of all, I was very humbled by the honor, so that was pretty cool. It also made me feel a little old, I'm not going to lie. But no, I started at Ingram almost 30 years ago and came in completely out of the industry. Started as an inside sales rep and took a majority of different roles throughout my career. I'd say the thing that probably was consistent throughout the whole thing was always trying to learn something new. Networking with people and really understanding. It's funny, a mentor of mine used to tell me, always know where your dumbness starts. And so really, stay humble and ask a lot of questions and really, start to build a team around yourself. I think that's probably the biggest thing because you can't do it all.
Yeah.
And I've been very fortunate to have a lot of great people working around me and with me throughout the years.
In an article from Channel Futures, you've said that the line between consumer and business needs no longer exists. Can you elaborate on that?
Sure. So we acquired a company a while back, and it was a consumer electronics company, and it really was focused on consumer goods, right? And as our business has evolved over the years, hence the branding change that we took on, Business and Consumer Solutions, there's two things that we understood. One, it's about solutions and not products, right? And then two, a lot of the needs and expectations of a consumer are driven by what they get at work, right, or in their business or small business. The technology also had gotten so advanced and so simple that it was, in a lot of cases, for a small business owner, more cost effective to put in a solution that they may have at home, right? So whether it's a networking solution, whether it's a physical security solution, all those things, people have become so accustomed to technology and not scared of it. Like they, go back to 1990, I was petrified of messing something up on a computer or on a network. Yeah. Today, everything's so simple and plug and play, and we're used to it, right?
Yeah.
So that line between what a consumer product is and a business-grade product is not just blurred, it's pretty much gone away.
Got it. How do you see that reality impacting Ingram's partners?
So, in a couple of ways. One, like I said, keeping up with the technology is getting harder and harder. And because it's at such a rapid pace of evolution, Ingram Micro plays the part of being the advisor, right? We have access to a ton of technology, and we have subject matter experts that can help our partners not have to worry about, hey, what's the latest and greatest? We'll help you. We'll help you with that. We have an agnostic view, right? And we can tell you solutions that'll work. And more importantly, and what I tell my sales teams and where we've been very successful is really listen to the partner and understand what their end goal is. What are they trying to achieve? And be really part of their strategic plan. And then we can put the solution together that helps them get there.
When you hear people say that retail is dead, your response is really interesting. You respond by saying that it's not dead, it's just evolving. How do you see it evolving, and how can companies respond to that evolution?
So it's funny, I made that statement because I remember in the early 90s when the dot-com boom happened, everyone was telling me, I had retail accounts like, oh, retail's dead, it's dead. And that was 30 years ago. I still hear it. It's just evolving, and you got to keep up with the evolution, right? So it's really about the experience, right? Everybody has very high expectations of what that experience is, and also personalizing it, right? So I'll give you a good example. They're testing stores. There are stores. Amazon started with one that don't have a checkout aisle, right? Taking that a step further with AI, they're using technology to not only have face recognition, understand who you are when you walk in the store, but also understand what your preferences are, what you like, and make recommendations on the fly as you go to purchase a product. So that's cool and very, very a really neat thing about where technology is taking us. I'd also tell you that a lot of the retail experience today is about, again, experience, but a social experience, right? So a lot of in California, we've got a great outdoor mall, for a lack of a better term, that is really more of a social gathering place that has products you can buy surrounding, right? So that's kind of where I see the evolution going, making it more and more of a kind of social experience, right? And then also incorporate that with, you have to have a solid e-commerce platform and experience for a customer, because we like to buy things in a number of different ways any time of the day. And have it show up quickly.
Right. It's so crazy how things like Amazon, and what you were talking about earlier, right? What happens on the consumer side of our lives ultimately impacts how we make decisions on the business side of our lives. And then speaking to the social piece, it makes sense that so much of our what social media has done the last 10, 15 years, it only makes sense that would translate over now into physical spaces. And how can you create physical spaces that foster that deep desire that people clearly have to be social and to interact with others? So I love that you touched on both of those.
And also from a marketing perspective, social media is where you market today, right? That's what it's all about. Hey, it's Yelp, right? Is this product good? Well, I don't know. Have I heard from 20 of my friends that it is? Okay, great. I'm going to buy it, right? The influencers now are so different than they were in the past.
Totally agree. I want to shift the interview, Craig, into our Fast Five. So I'm going to ask you 5 questions. I'm really excited to hear what you have to say about these.
Okay.
The first one: what does one Ingram mean to you?
One Ingram, to me, the short version is just about consistent collaboration across all business units within our portfolio.
What's coming up in 2020 with Ingram that you're really excited about?
Well, there's a couple of things. One, we're going all in on gaming. So the viewership for gamers today has more viewers than any sports team in history. If you look at universities, there are last time I checked, over 165 universities that offer scholarships for gamers.
Wow.
And there's a huge opportunity for our resellers to get into that space. And we've had several opportunities already, particularly at the university level. So gaming is exciting. And we've looked at our portfolio. We're adding some new vendors. And I think that's going to be one big opportunity. The other opportunity that I'm excited about for 2020, a couple of things. We've got a great as a service. So everybody's talked about as a service, until they're blue in the face. But at some point, hardware is going to catch up as well. And so we've got an awesome technology as a service solution that we're rolling out this year, and then also a managed print service that we're rolling out this year. So I'm excited about that. And then finally, it's funny when we talk about print, we invested into large format print category. We have a campus in Greenville, South Carolina, and that team has seen tremendous growth over 2019, and we're gonna continue to see growth into 2020.
What's new and exciting in tech this year?
Well, I'll tell you what's going to drive a lot of things. Obviously, robotics. We just came out of CES. There's a lot of really cool AI stuff, and privacy is a big talking point right now too. So, when you think about, and everyone's seen the videos of Ring getting hacked and people talking to their kids, and that's a scary thing. The interesting piece about that, and drives me crazy when I see it, Ring didn't get hacked. The home network got hacked, right? So we carry a couple of manufacturers that offer wireless meshing within the home. And think of it this way, because there are so many smart devices in the home today and in small businesses that think of it as your credit card that has a chip on it. And what the meshing does is it takes your Wi-Fi network and it keeps it scrambled so that if you have a smart coffee maker, people can hack into your coffee maker, just like a Ring, right? So any video within your house. That's what's getting hacked is the Wi-Fi network within your home. So I think that's a great opportunity. And then of course 5G. I mean, 5G is here, and that poses a whole nother opportunity from a hardware perspective and from a solution perspective, because 5G is going to be awesome, but it has to be enabled with devices that are 5G enabled. So a big opportunity there.
What were some accomplishments in 2019 that you and your team are really proud of?
Really proud of business and consumer solutions as a whole. We were comprised of 3 different specialty areas, basically desktop and notebook, consumer technology solutions, and imaging solutions. All 3 of those BUs overachieved tremendously, and particularly in the desktop and notebook space. So seeing that double-digit growth in a time where everyone was not as optimistic as 19 being a big growth year has been tremendous.
What do you think led to that growth, Craig?
A couple of things. One, I've got some people that really are very innovative about their approach to opportunity. And so not only, obviously the Windows refresh was a big driver in the desktop notebook space. That said, we were doing a lot of really creative things to help partners capitalize and win deals on those opportunities that our competition couldn't do. So that was big. And then the other piece too is it's really about, communication, collaboration, and really listening to our partners and really understanding what the trends are, how quickly they're moving, and being a part of that. So that's been a big piece of our success there.
I want to close out the interview, Craig, with a topic that I think you and I are both really, really passionate about. What can channel partners do to create an incredible customer experience?
I think the biggest thing is to really wake up every day and try to understand and be a big part of who you're selling to. Right? Understand the opportunity and be relevant. We'll execute on everything else, right? We're the brand behind their business, right? So it's really stay forward thinking, understand what the needs are, and solve their end users' problems in a fast and efficient way. And that's where we come in. We'll do all the heavy lifting. You continue to look forward with your business.
Craig, thank you so much for your time. This has been incredible.
It's been my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
It's been great. Have a good one.
You've been listening to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro. This episode is sponsored by Ingram Micro's President's Club. B2B Tech Talk is a joint production by Sweetfish Media and Ingram Micro. Ingram Micro production handled by Laura Burton and Christine Fan. To make sure you never miss an episode, subscribe today in your favorite podcast player.